So, Laugh Cry Heal, November 1st. Hebrews 11:1. It's been following us around.
The conference being on that day, it confirmed like we had to be in the building, because it's almost like we can look over yonder and see what God is about to do, but we can't get there just on our strength and our faith alone. We need some extra.
We need
prayers, mentorship, prayer, like anything
all
we can get,
covering.
we need it. All of it. We need all of that. Because the whole purpose of this is to show people who God is, how it really is, what he's been doing, and how he's literally using us as vessels to push this message out there.
In real time.
Literally.
As we go.
Literally in real time. So we can't afford to not move when he says move. We can't afford to not pay attention to the signs. So again, us not being there was not an option.
We knew leading up to this how powerful it was going to be. We knew that it was going to be life-changing. We knew that we were not going to leave the same. We're going to go in and come out different. And baby,
girl,
we did. So, but before we came, and especially the week that I fasted, I felt it in my spirit. It's like, we got to cover Erica. We've got to pray for Erica and everything that she's doing. We've got to cover her travels. We've got to cover her mind, her spirit, her heart. And so, I put it on my board. Like, I have my agenda for, written down, and I put pray for Erica. Every time I looked up and saw it, send a prayer up.
Yeah.
Every time. And so we both were committed to that.
Baby, listen, if you've been watching, if you don't know by now, if Faith gonna do something, she gonna write down some manifestation. She gonna take to her journal and she gonna write down her prayers. So once we understood the clear message God was sending us, like she said, it was like, okay, we got to cover Erica, because we were literally just talking about this not too long before we started filming. Like, I can't imagine what must go through her mind just trying to gear up to be so available to so many people and to open so many different parts of your heart, while understanding that everyone you come in contact with are going to need a different piece of you. That takes a different type of stillness, a different type of wisdom and discernment to have to prepare for, especially with this being her first conference. We really wanted to make sure, like, God, we're going to be poured into, but we have to also make sure the person doing the pouring has enough in the cup. So that was very important to us. I have been trying to journal about what happened this weekend, but I can't, because I'm so full of gratitude and I'm just so in awe of God. I thought I was gonna go take my notes, have my soul full, and then come home. Well, she asked for singers to come up and sing like a minute or two of one of her songs or one of Mary Mary's songs. And I just knew in that, because I had come so far, and I just knew the minute she said, are there any singers, I couldn't not stand up, because first of all, God done did too much work on me. He's already shown me that I'm capable of walking into a situation and holding my own, i.e. Vegas, but whatever. So I was like, I can't not stand up, because I am a singer. And if I'm praying to walk into this and I'm praying to be used, I can't be in the space where it's literally I'm being called and I don't answer. So I stand up, I go up there. Ordinary People is probably one of my favorite Mary Mary songs of all time. I love this song so much. So the minute I stood up, I knew that that's what I was singing. That wasn't an option for me. Ordinary People was going to be my song. I have been talking about it recently. I just sent you a video of Erica and the Walls group singing the song. So this song's been sitting with me. So, I'm standing up here and I'm listening to all these great singers and I'm completely blown away. And then it's my turn. And as I'm singing, I just happen to glance over and I see Erica looking dead at me and she's smiling. She has the microphone and I know things are coming out, but I don't hear anything. Like, I'm glad you were there with the camera, because I don't remember anything in that moment other than, okay, God, I'm about to sing. I feel my heart trying to do that thing where it speeds up. So God, remove me from this moment and just help me make sure that what comes out does not reflect what's happening in here. In that moment, I didn't feel fear. Like, obviously there's jitters because I'm human, but I wasn't afraid to be in that moment, especially singing a cappella. That's not my favorite thing to do. I don't like it, but it didn't bother me that day. And I know it had a lot to do with the prayers I prayed leading up to this moment and just the tone that was set in the room. Like, you felt the Holy Spirit. Everyone was singing together. Everyone was worshiping together, clapping together. It really felt like I was at church, at my home church with my family, just singing, having a good time. But it did a lot for me and my confidence to be able to look at Erica watching me sing her song and enjoy it and vibe with me, and just hearing the crowd respond to me the way it did. It validated me in so many ways because, again, anxiety is a real thing for me too. So I don't like not knowing what's gonna happen, but walking into that situation where there was a competition, nothing about it made me nervous. It was just like, okay, you sing, you in this room with these singers, get up there and do your thing and go sit down. And that's really what it was. I don't know how to explain it, but there was something about the spirit in that building that just made me feel safe in all of who I was, in every aspect of my gift. I didn't feel nervous. I didn't feel like I didn't belong. I didn't feel like I had to compete or prove myself. I was literally just there in my gift, owning it. And
well,
you can cut that out.
She killed it. No, first of all, she killed it.
Thanks.
I literally listened to it, and you know, it just gets you. I've been telling this to you. Every singer has a bag, and everybody's in their own bag. But there's something about her when she sings, it like just enters your soul, and it's just like, like that's exactly how it feels when she sings. And that's actually been a prayer of hers. She's prayed that.
I really, really have. Thank you, sis.
She's manifested that. When Faith takes the mic and she just stands and she just sings, and it's like, wait a second, thank you for this, because I needed this. Like, I needed to feel that.
There's so many people. Yeah. Hey. You should tell them I wanna be just like you.
Come on, Faith.
God took ordinary and gave me a chance. So every day I gotta thank Him for where I came. Ordinary people who find ordinary love. Sometimes it's hard to believe that God keeps loving me so much.
It's just a moment that I don't think either one of us will ever forget.
Erica, I need you to understand what that moment really, really did for me, because not too long ago, I went to perform at Amateur Night at Showtime at the Apollo. And there was just something about that moment when y'all were like, okay, bring everybody back up. We're going to do it, Apollo style. And y'all were doing the thing with the screams. I was trying so hard to go back to my seat. Like, I wanted to go back, get my Sprite, and watch everybody else go through that process, because I was like, oh no, we're not about to do this again. Not at church. We're not about to do that. But the people around me, they were like, where are you going? You need to come back up here and stand. So again, the fact that I feel like I was redeemed in that moment. So you see I have on my Laugh Cry Heal t-shirt, right? But when we first got there, they had a merch table and they had all this cool stuff. And I was like, dang, I really want a tote bag. I want a tote bag. But I was like, okay, I'll get the shirt because I can actually wear the shirt. So I just kind of, said whatever. But your girl got the bag anyway because she won.
She got the bag.
Being in that conference this past weekend, that was God saying, you're actually more ready to walk into this than you think you are. You're actually more prepared than you give yourself credit for. So I'm just so, I can't say it enough, but I'm so grateful and thankful to you, Erica, for your obedience in bringing this to life, because we have been sitting here all day just bragging and just so full of gratitude about the beautiful souls we met. We met so many beautiful people who have been pouring into us in ways that,
Man,
God really did his big one with this conference. And I'm still, again, as you can see, struggling to find the words to tell you thank you. It was so necessary. I don't know what else to say.
your yes.
Oh my God, you in my business. I was just about to say that. Yeah, go ahead.
Your yes.
Yeah.
Just, it had more impact than you predicted. It had more impact than we predicted. And it fueled our yes. It continued our yes.
Mm-hmm. Also, you taking the time to hold hands and pray with us, I will never forget that. I want to thank you because, first of all, you didn't have to do it. I know you were probably tired. You had been ministering and giving so much of yourself to everybody all day. But what stood out to me in your prayer was you said, God, I don't know all the details, but literally everything you said in your prayer, everything you prayed over us was everything we've been asking for. It was everything we needed to hear. And you had no idea what we needed, but God, through you, gave it to us anyway. So I need you to understand how instrumental, intentional, important, and sent and called you are. I've been talking about that prayer all weekend. Aside from the fact that I was able to sing and look at you and keep myself together, that prayer, you taking the time to hold hands with us, I'm never going to forget that. Because that, to me, felt like a little whisper from God saying, I told you I got you. I told you I see you. I told you not to worry. I told you to trust me. So, yeah, that really happened. That really happened. But as usual, there is more to this story. Y'all know God is always up to something. So make sure you stay tuned for part 2. To literally walk through the fear, walk through the fire, if you will. And like I keep going back to how my mom would always say, you can do all things. You ain't scared. You can do all things. That was her verse to me. You can do all things. You can do all things. And I'm just like, in my mind at the time, I'm like, well, yeah, Mom, that's easy for you to say. You're my mom. You're like Superwoman. Nothing breaks you. Like, you literally can handle anything. And I don't know what it is. Like, yes, singing on stage with Tony in Vegas, that meant the world to me. Everyone knows that. But I think because I was in the building, right? Because I was in the Lord's house. Because being in a congregation where people were singing, it reminded me of what church, that home feeling, it reminded me of what that used to feel like when my mom was still here. So in that moment, even though Erica wasn't saying words to me, but just the smile in and of itself felt like when I was playing the piano for the first time in my very first service, and then looking up at my mom and she's looking back like, you good, keep going. Like, that's what that gave me. I am not the same. I am not the same, and I thank God for that. I really thank God for that. I'm walking into, like, I'm more faith. I'm literally representing that. No pun intended, but I'm literally walking proof that all you have to do is just put one foot in front of the other. You don't have to know what's coming next. you just have to trust that if God is sending you there, he's already made it safe for you. He's already fixed the environment. He's already prepared your heart. That's why the competition went the way it did. He wasn't going to have me walk in there just to feel like April all over again. That's not how God is. That's not how he works. Good gracious. My prayer for us in More Faith is that people can walk away from, whether it's these videos or whenever the doc is actually fully out, I really want them to be able to feel this same fullness that Laugh Cry Heal gave to people. I want people to walk away from this feeling changed, knowing that whatever doubt they were operating in, whatever fear, anxiety, whatever they felt their chains were, I pray that after seeing this, there's something about our faith and just us pushing through, not knowing. I hope that does this for people. Rolling. Oh my God. I just want to circle back really quick and say, Miss Erica, I promise you I have home training. I'm just realizing that I said like Erica earlier before, but I need you to know I would never like walk up to you and address you like that. Like, I promise I have decorum. I was raised properly, and I just wanted to like make that I just wanted to make that clear. That's all I wanted to say. I don't want her to take that any kind of way, like me just saying Erica. Am I overthinking?